Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman is a masterful book that tackles what it is to think, to make choices, and to come from a rational place in our decision making. The eye-opening insights in this book, based on loads of research, could help leaders build awareness of their blind spots and those of others, which can in turn lead to better decisions and improved judgment. This book is huge and has more information than we can cover in this review. We will take you through the 5 sections and highlight key ideas. Part 1. 2 systems. There are 2 systems in the mind, System 1 and System 2. System 1 operates automatically and quickly, with little or no effort and no sense of voluntary control. Another word for it would be intuition. This is fast thinking. System 2 allocates attention to mental activities that demand effort. The operations of System 2 are associated with a subjective experience of agency, choice, and concentration. It is deliberate, effortful, and orderly. This is slow thinking. We identify with the self that has beliefs, makes choices, and decides what to think about and what to do. That happens in System 2, but System 1 originates the impressions and feelings that get us there. The thoughts and actions that System 2 believes it has chosen are often guided by System 1. Like this, associative thinking is silent and mostly hidden from our conscious selves. If, for example, you see the word eat, then are asked to complete this word fragment, SO blank space P, soup, not soap, is your likely choice. If you saw the word wash first, the opposite would result. This priming effect is all about System 1, though System 2 believes it is in charge and knows the reason for its choices. System 2 does not function well with distraction, and it has trouble juggling several activities that take mental effort. Studies show, for example, that people simultaneously faced with a demanding cognitive task and a temptation are more likely to yield to the temptation. System 2 is in charge of self-control and responsible for overcoming the impulses of System 1. Self-control and deliberate thought draw on the same limited budget of effort. In a state of flow, the 2 forms of effort are separated: concentration on the task and the deliberate control of attention. This leads to cognitive ease. In a state of ease, you are likely in a good mood and feel in familiar circumstances. When strained, you invest more effort, feel less comfortable, and are less creative than usual. Mood affects the operation of System 1. When we are unhappy, we lose touch with our intuition. A happy mood loosens the control of System 2 over performance, allowing more intuition and creativity, but also more likelihood of error. System 1 determines whether extra effort is required from System 2. Part 2. Heuristics and biases. Fast thinking from System 1 shows up all the time. When exposed to new information, we jump to conclusions. We pay more attention to message content than its reliability, a bias that oversimplifies our view. We like to believe in causality rather than coincidence. Think of the hot hand in basketball. A player sinks a few shots in a row, we form a judgment that that player is hot, teammates pass even more, the defense double teams, and when the shooter succeeds, it seems magical. But it's been shown that a hot hand is a cognitive illusion, not a real phenomenon. We also see fast thinking in our reaction to numbers. Our brains take numbers seriously and use them as anchors. An example, Gandhi died at the age of 144. Okay, he didn't, but guess at what age he did die. Chances are your guess was closer to 100 than, say, 50. We got there by considering the value provided, Gandhi being 144, before estimating. Our estimates stay close to the number considered. System 1 explains suggestion and anchoring, which can even happen with words, thoughts, and actions, though System 2 has no knowledge of them or control over their effects. Part 3. Overconfidence. We prefer good stories, where people's skills lead them to the right choices, because that makes sense to our minds. Although luck is often a key reason for success, without an event or story, we use scant information and evidence to create one, satisfying our need for coherence. Simply put, we ignore our ignorance. Overconfidence may indicate someone has built a coherent mental story, regardless of its truth. This illusion of validity shows up in the stock picker who gets lucky more than once, or a news pundit who is a know-it-all. Knowledge and skills are not the same, but we all know people who develop an inflated view of their skills because they have acquired lots of knowledge. System 1 goes even deeper and creates hindsight bias. Once you adopt a new view, much of your ability to recall your beliefs before changing your mind is lost. This bias, like the illusion of validity, can impair a leader's ability to evaluate results objectively and make good judgments. System 1 makes us see the world as more simple and predictable than it actually is. The illusion is that if you understand the past, you think you can understand the future. Kahnerman spends a good deal of the book explaining how fast thinking, System 1, operates quietly in the background and tries to run the show. Awareness of these deep-rooted automatic responses helps us compensate for blind spots. Using systems and formulas also helps balance our fast gut reactions. Part 4. Choices. Understanding these built-in biases can help us make better choices. All choices carry a risk of loss and an opportunity for gain. And loss aversion, part of the automatic evaluations of System 1, affects our willingness to take a chance. In setting and reaching goals, the aversion to failure is far stronger than the desire to exceed. Don't think this is true? Ask yourself, are you more afraid of losing $100 or more hopeful about gaining $150? Similarly, human brains are wired to give priority to bad news. This is called negativity dominance. That's why golfers try harder for par than putting for a birdie. The aversion to a bogey gives rise to more concentration for the golfer. We are driven more strongly to avoid losses than to achieve gains. What follows our choices are the effects of them, or how we feel about our decisions. Say you are a big fan of a band and spent $200 on a concert ticket, though you are willing to pay up to $500. When you hear other fans will pay $3,000 for a ticket, do you sell? Nope. Giving up what is valuable to you is more painful than getting something just as good is pleasurable. You've tipped the scale and endowed what you already possess with more value. This is the endowment effect. Next is the certainty effect. If someone can give you an illusion of certainty, such as a structured settlement company helping you pay off a debt, you are more easily taken advantage of. Near certain outcomes are given less weight than their probability justifies. Last is the possibility effect, in which we give too much weight to small risks and are willing to pay far more than it may be worth to eliminate worry. This is one backbone of the insurance industry. Understanding how our fast thinking justifies choices gives us a better chance to evaluate options and make room for slow, deliberate consideration before we act. Part 5. 2 Selves. System 1 is so powerful it even affects our memories. From the past, we learn to maximize the qualities of our future memories, not our future experiences. The author calls this the tyranny of the remembering self. Memories shape our tastes and decisions, and the memories can be wrong. For instance, we evaluate vacations by the story and the memories we expect to make and collect. It's like this. You are your remembering self, and the experiencing self that does your living is like a stranger to you. We can confuse an experience with the memory of it, which can ruin a past experience. If you are able to retrieve a past situation in detail, you can also relive the feelings. Few people can force themselves to be happy, but they can arrange their lives to include more of what they want and like. The easiest path is control of your time and attention. Your mood depends on the moment, and what you pay attention to dictates your emotional state. All of this can be called experienced well-being. Keep in mind, though, nothing is as important as you think it is when you are thinking about it. Your adaptation to a new situation consists mostly of thinking less and less about it. The mistake is giving your attention to certain moments and neglecting others. This has been our review of the book, Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. This book has loads of information on how to view ourselves, our thinking processes, and judgments from a rational and informed place. We couldn't cover it all, so do yourself a favor and check it out. Thank you for watching, and let us know what you think.
Make my body go, make our bodies higher and higher.